Hey, what's up, my friend? So in today's training, you will learn, right, how to identify the end of a trend, right? This will be useful, right? Because if you know that a trend is about to come to an end, right, you can avoid losses, right? You can stop, let's say, for example, market is in an uptrend, the uptrend is about to come to an end. You will then, stop to look for buying opportunities because the uptrend is about to come to an end. So this is powerful because it can help you avoid losses. At the same time, if you know that a trend is going to reverse, you can actually hop on the start of a new trend as early as possible. Okay, so this is going to be a fun and interesting training for you because once you can identify the potential end of a trend, right, you will see a improvement, right, in your results. Okay, so let's get started. So first thing first, right, what you want to do is pay attention to this slide because this is simply, right, my secret technique, right, on how to identify the end of a trend. So there are 4 components to it. Number 1, the price approaches the higher time frame structure. So what I mean by this is that let's say you are trading on a 4-hour time frame. Okay, let's say 4-hour time frame is in an uptrend. Okay, and what you want is for this market on the 4-hour time frame to come into a higher time frame price structure. Could be a higher time frame resistance. Maybe this area here is a higher time frame resistance. Okay, so the way to go about it is that if you are trading on a 4-hour time frame, you can reference the daily time frame as your higher time frame. If you are trading, let's say, on the 8-hour time frame, you can reference the weekly time frame as your higher time frame. So this is just a simple guideline to use. Okay, so if you are, let's say, trading on a 4-hour time frame, you can look at the daily time frame, right, for price structure to see whether the price is coming into any potential area of support or resistance on the higher time frame. Next one, candles of the trending move getting smaller. So what I mean by this is that, as you know, in an uptrend, you have a series of higher highs and higher lows, like this, higher highs and higher lows. So the trending move here refers to the stronger leg of a trend. So this is the stronger leg of the trend, and this is what I call the trending move. This is the trending move. This is the trending move. And finally, this one here, trending move. Okay, so what you want to pay attention is that the trending move, right, the candles in the trending move, right, is getting smaller and smaller, telling you that the buyers, right, are getting weak. Third thing, the candles of the retracement move is now getting larger. So this is the retracement move, right? The smaller leg of a trend, right? The smaller leg of a trend. This is the retracement move, and this is the retracement move. So what you want to look for is for the candles of the retracement move to be getting larger, telling you that there's potential selling pressure coming in, and the size of the candle, right, is getting larger and larger. And then finally, what you want to look for is a break of structure. So for example, an uptrend consists of higher highs and higher lows. And at this point, right, the structure is still intact because higher highs and higher lows are still being made consistently. The break of structure only occurs when you get something that invalidates this uptrend, which is a break of structure where you get a lower high here and a lower low when the price breaks below this swing low. Okay, so this is the 4 things, right? I want you to pay attention, right, to identify potential trend reversal. And as many of these 4 factors come together, right, the odds of a reversal is much higher. So let me have you look at a few examples, right, so you can see what we are looking for. Okay, so first one here. So if you look at this chart, okay, right, this might seem like, it's a nice uptrend, right? But how could you have, foretell, right, that this uptrend is about to come to an end? Okay, so remember the 4 things. Number 1, the price, right, has to come into a higher time frame price structure. So this is the 4-hour time frame. So what we are looking for is to make sure that this uptrend, is it coming into this higher time frame resistance? Is this a higher time frame resistance? Is this a daily time frame resistance? So to show you, right, what I'm going to do is to split the chart up like this. Okay, so this is the 4-hour time frame, and over here we'll be looking at is the daily time frame. Okay, daily time frame is here. Daily time frame. Okay, so let me just walk you through the charts. So if you see over here on your chart, this portion here, okay, is the daily time frame chart, and this is the 4-hour time frame chart. So on the daily time frame, if I zoom out a little bit, right, over here, if I zoom out a little bit, you realize that it has actually come into this area of a previous support that could become resistance, right? Previous support, then price break below it, retest previous support, become resistance, and it's back here once again. So this area here, this one here, is actually this point over here, this point here. They are the same area on the chart. Okay, so number 1, we have the price coming into a higher time frame resistance. Next thing we are looking for the trending move, right, does it get smaller and smaller? So let's have a look. So if you pay attention to this portion here, right, the trending move, yes, right, it does seem to be getting smaller. You'll notice the range of the candles. Initially, the trending move here is quite bullish, big and strong. Here is pretty bullish, big and strong as well. Here as well. Then after which, right, over here, you got smaller and smaller over here. Okay, so let me just go back to this chart and enlarge it so you can see better. Okay, notice how the trending move seems to be getting weaker and weaker. Then, let's pay attention to the retracement move. This one over here, the retracement move, the candles are pretty small. Alright, this one is small, then slowly getting larger. Notice this candle here getting larger. This one here pretty small as well. Here is pretty small. Then over here, boom, something changed, right? The candles of this retracement move is getting larger and larger. So over here, we have a number of factors coming in. Number one, price has approached the higher time frame resistance, as I've showed you earlier. Number two, the trending move is getting weak. Number three, the retracement move is getting strong. And finally, the last thing we're looking for is a break of structure. So when the price broke below this swing low, right, you now have a lower high and lower low. So this is what we call a break of structure. And at this point, right, to me, there is a high chance that this market is going to reverse down lower. Not 100%. There's nothing sure in trading, but the odds of it reversing lower is I would say greater than 50%. Okay, then in this case, yep, it's a cherry pick chart. It did, roll over before it, rally up higher once again. Okay, so this is the first example. Let's have a look at another example, right? This is dollar against the Norwegian kroner. Okay, so let me just find the chart for you. And again, if you're enjoying this video so far, right, smash the like button. If you don't, then hit subscribe. So moving on, right, let's have a look at this chart and ask ourselves, right, how could we have so-called predicted that this downtrend is about to come to an end and this is going to be a start of a new uptrend? How could we have, foresee this? So again, a quick recap I want you to know is this four things that we are looking for. Price approaching the higher time frame structure, candles of retracement move getting smaller, candles of retracement move getting larger, candles of trending move getting smaller, candles of retracement move getting larger, and break of structure. So let's look at this again. Same thing. I'm going to, show you, right, where you are in the big picture. So I'm going to split my chart into two. Ka-ching, right? So this dollar against Norwegian kroner, this is a daily time frame. Okay, so daily time frame, you are about here. Here. Okay, so if I zoom out a little bit, right, this point on the chart here is equivalent to this section here. Okay, so just to, orientate you. So if you look at the daily time frame, right, what's interesting is that the price has actually approached this area of support. Notice it? So this area on the daily time frame has approached this previous resistance that could become support. So now, number one, we have our criteria met, right? The price has approached a higher time frame support. Next one we are looking for is the trending move. So let's pay attention now to this 8-hour time frame. So this one here can actually be seen on a weekly time frame, right? So let me just show you again. So weekly time frame is actually, I would say, easier to spot, right? It's the weekly time frame. Okay, so now let's go back to our trading time frame, the 8-hour time frame. So on the 8-hour time frame, you know that on the higher time frame, the weekly time frame, the price has come into this area of support, previous resistance that could become support. So now let's look at the 8-hour time frame. So on the 8-hour time frame, let's see if, were there signs, right, that the sellers were getting tired. So first thing first, the trending move. This is the trending move. This is the trending move. So pay attention to the trending move and you realize that the size of the candles, they are getting smaller, right? Over here is all pretty large. This is pretty large, but over here it got really small, right? Telling you that, hey, there's a lack of selling pressure. Next one, we're looking for the retracement move, right? Are there buyers stepping in, right? Taking control. So over here, the retracement move, right? Pretty weak, right? Nothing too significant. Over here, right? Starting to show signs of crack. You have a slight pullback and then something significant starting to show again. Okay, so you can see that all in all, the retracement move, right? Buyers seems to be stepping in. So at this point, right, again, right, over here, you can notice that the range of the retracement move getting larger as well. So when you see that this is the start of a new trend, right, this now, right, sort of invert, right, the trending move now becomes the retracement move, and the retracement move now will become the trending move. Okay, so if you look at this, the start of this new trend, okay, so now you can see that this now has become the trending move, whereas previously on a downtrend, this is actually the retracement move. So their roles will change. Okay, so again, back to where we are. The retracement move, you can see that buyers are starting to come in. Look at this size of this huge candle. Look at the size of this candles getting larger as well relative to the previous trending move down lower, which is smaller. Okay, so finally what we're looking for is a break of structure. So at this point, right, when the price broke above this high, you now have a series of higher high and higher low. Okay, and this is pretty much marks the end of this downtrend over here. Okay, so you can see how these four factors come together. So let's have a look at another example, right? S&P 500. This is the stock market, the futures market. So again, how could you have, sort of like foretell, right, that this could be near the end of this downtrend? Again, first thing we are looking for is for the price to approach a higher time frame price structure. So in this case, we are looking for the price to approach the higher time frame support. Okay, so this is the 8-hour time frame. Let's split our chart into two. Let's have a look at the weekly time frame. Okay, so you can see over here the weekly time frame at this point here. Okay, the price has come into this area of support. Okay, let me just orientate you. So you see over here, this portion here is equivalent to this portion here. Okay, so on the higher time frame, we have approached this area of support on the higher time frame. So back to our 8-hour time frame. Back to our 8-hour time frame here. Okay, let's zoom in the chart and you see whether, right, were there clues, right, that the market tells you that it's about to reverse. So over here, look at the trending move first. Is it getting weaker? So this is the trending move. This is the trending move down lower. And you see that the trending move, right, at this point in time, it's kind of mixed, right? So again, I want to point out to you that, in the real world of trading, it may not be as textbook as, you might hope. So I'm going to, walk you through a bit of gray areas so you know what to expect. So you can see that this trending move, right, at this point in time, it still actually shows pretty strong signs of weakness. The candle of the down move is still pretty large. And up to here, right, this is where it first show signs of slowing down, where the range of the candles got smaller and smaller. Okay, so the trending move, we can see that slowly it's getting weaker and weaker. Now, what about the retracement move, right? If you look at the retracement move again, right, this one is pretty large as well, I would say. This is pretty large. This is kind of like large as well, right? Just chopping up and down. And then this over here, pretty large retracement move. So you can see that the retracement move has been, the size of the candles has been pretty large, right, relative to the trending move earlier. So they're kind of like equal footing. Okay, and finally, the last thing we are looking for is a break of structure. So since that this is a downtrend, a break of structure would have to result in a higher high and higher low. Okay, when the price comes up here, we have a higher high and higher low. Okay, so at this point here is the one, right, when the price breaks above this swing high, we have a higher high, and higher low. Okay, so again, right, we have almost all of these four factors coming together that result in the reversal of this downtrend over here. So I'm going to look at one more final example, right, just to make you understand this concept that I've shared with you today. Last one, right, Swiss franc against the Japanese yen. So if you look at this one over here, right, how could you have sort of like tell that, hey, this downtrend is about to come to an end? Again, let's go back to what I've shared with you. The first guideline is to make sure that the price come into a higher time frame price structure. So this is the 4-hour time frame. Let's see, right, whether the daily time frame, the price is at approaching an area of support. Okay, so let's look at the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, you can see that this part here, okay, over here, okay, over here, this area here, right, is basically this area here on the 4-hour time frame. They are the same level, just that on different time frame. So you notice that on the daily time frame, we actually came into this area of support, right, where previous resistance could become support, kind of similar to the Norwegian chrono example you saw earlier. So yes, number one, our criteria is met. The price has come into a higher time frame support. Let's go back down to the trading time frame, in this case the 4-hour time frame, and see whether were there signs or clues, right, that hey, buyers are coming in to reverse this downtrend. So number one, let's look at the trending move. The trending move is this larger part of the leg over here, the stronger leg of this downtrend, the trending move. So you can see that trending move, yes, right, the sellers are getting weak as the range of the candles were getting smaller and smaller. You compare the size of this candle range over here with this over here, and finally with this over here. Notice how this segment here is much smaller. So yes, trending move is getting smaller. What about the retracement move? So over here, retracement move over here, this candle is huge, but then followed by small series of candles. This one is huge, then pretty small candle. Then over here, this is where we have many big bullish candles coming together. So the retracement move is showing signs of strength as well. So that's what we're looking for. Finally, the last thing, right, do we have a break of structure? Okay, so in this point, right, we have a break of structure. In fact, multiple break of structure. At this point here, you see that we have a break of structure. Price pulls back, then it breaks out higher high. You have a higher low. But what happens immediately is that the price swings down lower again, right? swings down lower, and then finally, right, stage the rally a second time before it reverses higher. So again, you know, this concept that I'm about to share with you, that I've shared with you, right, I want to show you both kind of like textbook examples and not so textbook examples. So when you apply this concept in trading, right, when you want to trade reversals, or when want to find out whether the trend is about to end or not, right, hopefully these concepts, right, gives you a good idea to what to look for. Okay, and by the way, right, if you want to learn more about price action trading, trend reversal, breakout trading, and stuff like that, I would like you to check out this. Oops. This is a book over here. It's called Price Action Trading Secrets, right? This is a 140-page color trading book where, you'll discover price action trading strategies that you can trade the stock markets, FX markets, and much more. So, again, right, this book, right, is a physical book. I like to ship it out to you, just cover the printing and shipping costs, right? And, I'll get it to you as soon as possible. So, you can go down to the website here, priceactiontradingsecrets.com, and get your copy. And, these are pretty much the things that you'll learn over here, support resistance, candlestick patterns, reversals, and much more. So with that said, I have come to the end of this training. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.